3D platformers is a hard genre to make a game for, so when I see an indie developer make a 3D platformer, I usually check it out. One of them being Gears for Breakfast, makers of the critically acclaimed Hat in Time. Hat in Time has that nostalgic feeling that I haven't seen since Mario, so I kept a close eye on them waiting for their next game. And somehow I never saw them publish this! How yins doing? Here Comes Niko is about Niko, who is coming. No, that didn't sound right. Developed by Frog Vibes and published by Gears for Breakfast, the game starts with a TED Talk on how to be a friend, which is important because that's my job now. You play as Niko and immediately you can see the appeal of this game. 2D characters in a 3D environment and it blends really well together. It still feels like a 3D platformer, even though you are 2D. I couldn't imagine being 2D. I can look left and right just fine. The way you earn coins in this game is just by doing tasks that a friend would do and people just feel obligated to give you money. Making it to the first world, Hairball City, the game just opens up. There are many coins for you to get, but you can get them in any order, which is fantastic. Not only that, but there are these collectible cassettes hidden throughout the world which are well hidden and fun to find. I play volleyball, help a fellow influencer, and help an old man fish by being his hook, before moving on to the next world, where I play volleyball, help a fellow influencer, and help an old man fish by being his hook. They're the same missions. I am not joking when I say every world has you play volleyball, fishing, climbing the tallest point, feeding bugs to an influencer, trading cassettes for coins, twice, riding in a hamster ball, fixing a gaming cabinet, painting, returning a lost turtle, and planting flowers. Every world does have one special coin for that world alone. But then it's just repeat coins! I ended up doing the repeat coins before just doing the main one. Are the other worlds at least interesting? The Turbine world is okay, but for Salmon Creek Forest, they just turned the render distance down, which is awful. But it can't get much worse. Yeah guys, isn't this cool? Aren't you having fun? And you're still doing the same things! Just move on to Tadpole HQ, do a job interview, get the job, and that's the end of the game. That short game somehow overstayed its welcome. There's nothing in this game that stands out, and I keep doing the same task in every world. It's boring and such a cookie-cutter 3D platformer that it doesn't have anything to identify itself with. When you think about games like A Hat in Time, you think about the characters and the different missions. With any 3D Mario, you think about the characters in the different worlds. With Here Comes Niko, I don't remember any character, except of course, Hat Kid. None of the NPCs stood out, and it's not because they're all animals, because Hat in Time had a lot of memorable furry characters. It's because a lot of NPCs are never expanded upon outside the surface level lore they give you. For other games like Mario 64 and Hat in Time, the level objectives are to get to the end of the stage. You do have repetitive stars like red coin stars, but they are all optional. In Here Comes Niko, it is mandatory that you play volleyball. There's not much of a story, it's just the journey of becoming a professional friend. They did try to have a story with Niko's mom and how they hate each other, but it's never expanded upon other than your dad saying he'll try to calm things down at the house. None of the letters that you find explain what happened even after becoming Employee of the Month. The story about what happened to you and your mother is never explained, which sucks because that's what kept me interested. I wanted to know what happened, but no, I'm not allowed to. There's an attempt at humor and some of the jokes land, but it's mostly, adulting, am I right? The game is very glitchy, but one of the glitches worked in my favor as it turned up the render distance, but it came at the cost of invisible trees. The music wasn't noticeable, but going back to listen to it, it's actually pretty good. I'm saying a lot of negative things about this game, but it has its moments. The 2D level in the pool area is a lot of fun. The Godzilla volleyball was a lot of fun, but only because I like Godzilla. Flower puzzles get hard at the end and there's a fantastic secret world where you can't touch the water, unless you skip like a rock. These moments, however, don't outweigh the bad that is in the game, which are just extremely repetitive coins and difficult to see worlds. The worst part about this game is that it's not a bad 3D platformer. It plays just fine and you can beat it in one afternoon. The only issue is, it's so cookie cutter that it doesn't have an identity. Nothing stands out from Here Comes Niko other than the graphics. I just wish I knew what happened with my mother. Mom?
Hey, Stuckums, it's me, your mother.
Mom, I'm so sorry. I don't even remember what happened.
You should be sorry for being a little bitch boy. Little piss boy.
You listen to me, you whore.